Hey, what's shaking soldiers? I want to talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs here in Mexico for me. So there are 5 levels. There is the physiological, there is the safety and security, there is the love and belonging, there is the self-esteem, and then of course there is the self-actualization. So I feel that I have met every level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, he wrote this article, this paper back in 1943, and it was talking about individuals' motivations. And it wasn't even a pyramid when he brought it forth back in 1943. Later in the 60s, a gentleman by the name of Charles Madarit, put it in that pyramid format. I don't like the pyramid format, but for the purposes of this video, we will go through them like they present in that pyramid. But I really believe that the hierarchy of needs is more fluid, and it's more on a continuum. Then you got to meet one level before you can go to the next level. I think we flow between them all. So here in Mexico, the first level for me, the physiological needs are met. I'm able to breathe. I have a beautiful place where I live. I live in a refurbished boutique hotel with three other ladies. On the first level, it's myself and another sister from North Carolina. We have our individual suites, and then we share a kitchen. It's the same setup on the second level with a friend from Argentina and another one from Australia. On the third level, we have this huge community area, and then we have a rooftop mirador where I'm able to see the water and the mountains. So my physiological needs are met here in Mexico. The second level for safety and security is met as well. I have my health. I actually feel that I am in better health here in Mexico than when I was in the US. I don't have the stress of a job. I don't have that wheel mentality where you got to grind and try to keep up with the Jones. As a matter of fact, I am a Jones, so I don't worry about that aspect. I am retired. However, I am a life coach, a clarity coach. And so I work with baby boomers and late bloomers to help them to rebrand themselves before they retire, because I don't believe Social Security is going to be around. And if it is, it's going to be real different than how we see it today. So instead of waiting around, twiddling your thumbs, wanting to hope that Social Security is going to be around, I help you to set up splendid security so that you have residual income that's coming in and allowing you to live the lifestyle that you want to live in your golden years. So level 2 is met for me as well. The third level is love and belonging. I have my family. I have my house sisters here. I'm able to stay connected with them. Friendships, intimacy, and a sense of connection is important at level 3. So I have that here in Mexico. I'm able to stay connected with my family because of the social ability that I had on level 2, where we can connect on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on the cell phone. I have the social connectability. I have the friends, and I have the intimacy. Ooh, more on that later. And then self-esteem. I'm pretty confident living here. There are achievements that I have achieved. One of my achievements was the fact that I worked for 34 years for the state of Michigan and then retired and moved to Mexico. I have my 4-year temporal residency. So I've got achievements. Being a registered nurse was achievement years ago. I have respect. Oh, excuse me. I have respect for others. Others respect me. So I feel that I'm a unique individual. Some people may say I'm strange. Excuse me. But I say I am unique. And then we get to self-actualization. This is that part where many psychological theorists say only 1 to 2% get. I beg to differ. Like I said, I believe that the hierarchy of needs is fluid. And at different times in our life, we flow back and forth through them. You know, during COVID, that was a stressful time. I believe everybody's level of hierarchy of needs was challenged back then. I mean, basic needs. People were dying. People were not able to breathe. Second level, people were losing their jobs. They didn't have property in place. Their social ability was cut off because we were put in silos, told to stay home, told not to touch each other, to stay 6 feet away. Our level 2 was challenged during COVID. Love and belonging. We were losing loved ones. There was a total disconnect most of the time. Our self-esteem. I'm sure people didn't know how they were going to make it. No longer being able to work, they had to come up with other ideas on how to make money. So I'm sure their confidence was challenged during COVID. Then self-actualization. You know, the morality of it all, the being creative. Now, I believe a lot of creativity increased during COVID. It definitely has increased for me here in Mexico. I mean, I am now part of a group of women who own the first Black female business of a hospitality bed and breakfast here in Mexico, in Jalisco, the state of Jalisco. So creativity has been heightened for me at this stage post-COVID. Spontaneity, you know, back in 2021 when I made a decision to come here, it was totally spontaneous for me to stay after getting here. I just fell in love with the place. And I have a sense of acceptance here in Casa Arte de Vida, here in the state of Jalisco. I feel connected. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but my community that I have immersed myself in, they are helping me to learn it. And so there is this sense of connectedness. There's this sense of acceptance that I have here in Mexico that I did not have when I was in the United States at the level that I have here. So self-actualization, I believe a lot more than 2%, 1% reach that. And I believe that we reach it at different stages of our lives. So for me, my hierarchy of needs are being met in Mexico. That was a beat. That's the environment I'm in. It's the environment I love. I believe that my best years are still ahead of me. And if you want to know more about what it is that I'm doing here in Mexico, please feel free to reach out. Leave your comments in the comment section. Where are you in Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Have you reached self-actualization? Have you reached your full potential? If you were to leave today, if you were to leave Earth today and meet your Father face to face, would he say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant"? I believe that when we walk in the will of God, when we walk according to his purpose for our lives, because his will for us is good, I believe that we can exceed Maslow's hierarchy of self-actualization. I believe that we can be all that we were created to be. Until next time, be well, live free, and prosper.